I just want to watch Ozark again, you know.
And I haven't seen that. I gotta see it. I haven't seen Yellowstone. I've seen the prequel to Yellowstone.
If you're a geek, have a listen. We got the news. This week's submission. Talking movies, games, TV, and comics. Turn it up. Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks pod. Feel the Geeks. You're listening to the Feel the Geeks podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 196 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Steve.
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Good, good.
196. Countdown to 200.
I know. What are we gonna do? Any ideas?
I don't know. I probably won't make it. No,
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'll be there for that one.
We'll track you down.
That's for sure.
Yes.
200. That's a lot, man. That's
I know.
awesome.
Felt like yesterday was like 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
200.
We'll have to do something. I don't know.
We'll definitely have to do
I gotta
something
get a
fun
bigger
for it.
mixer. There's only room for 4 of us, so
Oh, is there?
I need probably 6.
Now,
Check it
could you
out.
do 4 in person, like maybe 1 or 2 on the phone or something? Is
Yes,
that
I
possible?
just haven't figured it out.
Okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure. I was,
Yeah, no, yeah, I can. Well,
like maybe, you know, I mean,
yeah.
you get, you know, like Joe or someone to make an appearance, you know, whether it's on the phone, you know, just someone,
I
you
know.
everyone from the past, right?
we should just. Well, Joey's right next door,
Yeah.
so we should just go next door. You know, portable unit.
bombard him.
Wake him up out of bed and like,
One
hey.
of us holds a camera and the other one sticking a microphone in his face.
He's like, I just got to sleep.
Yeah.
Need to be on.
It's a good way to get sprayed with mace, probably.
Yeah, that
So
too. Yeah,
Maybe we avoid
we'll have
that.
to figure out the networking thing because I'd like to have guests on eventually. You have an author friend
Yeah.
somewhere far
Yep.
away, right? So-
Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah.
and we got comic book creators we met along the way, and all kinds of people. Raven Xavier, who did our theme song.
Oh, yeah.
So
That'd be awesome, too.
we got to figure that out.
Get Terrell back, you know, the whole
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff in the pipeline.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's very exciting. Yep. And yeah, so many things we could do.
A million.
We got to figure it out.
Unstoppable.
Take the next 2 weeks off work. I don't care if we don't make money. Well,
Right.
You probably do, but no, my wife does care, so I can't.
Well, I have PTO I need to burn that I will lose if
There
I
you
don't
go.
use it. So, yeah, that
There
might
you
not
go.
be a bad idea.
I have a whole binder of things. Like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a challenge. But yeah, Thanksgiving's
Yeah.
coming up. Thanksgiving week. This is Tuesday.
Tuesday of Thanksgiving week.
So hopefully I'll get this out as soon as possible because, you know, news happens.
Yeah, news
changes.
happens.
Now
And there's only 2 of us, so the editing shouldn't be too crazy.
No.
Just my face.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get that out of there.
Yeah, we'll just...
Witness
I
relocation.
got an avatar
Right.
setting. Or, yeah.
Right.
I got to ask James permission on that one. But, yeah, well, with Thanksgiving coming up, you know, all of us around, well, I don't know, the world is sort of. They kind of stretch the holiday to other...
Yeah, some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
What are your must-dos and haves, I guess?
so Thanksgiving is a big one for me. And, you know, Christmas is we always just kind of did our own thing in our families, you know, like my family would have our own Christmas, you know, my cousins would do the things, you know, so I mean, we never really joined together for that.
Yeah.
But Thanksgiving was a holiday where we all would come together and, you know, we're not really doing that too much anymore,
Yeah.
but it's still my favorite holiday, you know,
yeah.
and so for me, it's whether if we don't make a turkey ourselves, which we're not this year, I do what I did today. Go to the grocery store, buy the best shaved turkey I could buy so I can have my own leftovers over the weekend.
There you go.
So I got to have some leftovers, you know. And my wife hates stuffing like it's
a lot of different
cancer.
kinds, right?
There's a lot of different kinds,
Yeah.
and I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good turkey and stuffing, man. That's just a good time, and you know, little football in the background, and
There you go.
know, that's about it. But yeah, it's a fun one. How about yourself?
Pretty much the same. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have turkey everywhere. I mean, we're going to 2 households Thanksgiving Day, and
Yeah,
then my dad's the next day, and I think that's it. But yeah, gonna probably be a lot of misery, you know, in a good sense. But
and I've been dieting all week.
yeah,
I mean, literally, all
You
I've
should
had
prep,
today
yeah.
was yogurt this morning. You know, that's all I'm doing
Yeah.
every day until it's go time, because
Right.
then it's time to die.
Well, yeah, because a lot of times, like, I'm a big foodie, so yeah, Thanksgiving, I love the spread.
Yeah.
Christmas usually doesn't bring it as much unless you do it yourself, but
Right.
it doesn't feel the same. Like Thanksgiving,
Oh yeah,
best meal of the year, really.
best meal of the whole year.
But yeah, I always hate getting like, oh, I'm so starving, I'm gonna eat everything, and then like one plate in, you're like, I'm full. And I don't like leftovers too much, like, because it's never the same to me. So I always kind of like try to push a little extra. It's not good.
Got to push through it, especially when you're doing multiple families.
Yes.
And that's the nice thing about Thanksgiving sometimes is like, we're doing one on Thursday, then we're doing one on Saturday.
Right.
And it's just, all right, let's just bring it. So
there's even Friendsgiving now. Have you heard of
I've done one of those before.
Is there any turkey involved or is it just friends? Okay.
It's all sorts of food and goodies, just like that. It's just with friends,
Gotcha. Yeah. I'd love to start doing that tradition. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it was a good time, and sat around, played games after, and it was really cool.
That's cool. That makes sense because everyone's got places to be, especially if they're married and so on. But
yeah, it's a big thing with people like in their 20s that don't have kids yet, and that sort of thing. But like for us, we liked it because our daughter was already out of the house. She was in college at the time. So we did it, and it was a good time. But yeah,
that's cool. That's something to look forward to. But I think it's a growing trend, or maybe it's always been around. I've
only heard it the last few years or so.
Yeah, I think this is like the first I've heard of it. But Black Friday, any more Black Friday is really like a month before the event, so it's kind of lost its fizz. And I'm happy a lot of businesses are closing up.
Yeah.
You got any Black Friday plans online at least, or?
I've already done a little shopping. But beyond that, I stay away from it all.
Yeah.
Online. If Jennifer and Claire want to go, they can do their thing. But on Friday, I typically will not leave the house. At all.
Right.
In fact, that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Is to not even step foot, even in my yard. I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, just have a TV tray, eat leftovers, pie.
Yeah, I got Xbox. I've got I've got every streaming service known to man, which is ridiculous. And there's no excuse for me to not find something to do on Friday. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, anytime I do Black Friday shopping anymore, it's online. And
there's some good deals.
Movies usually are the best deals, I find anyway. I mean, especially if you're a collector still. I know that's kind of like, coming less and less with a lot of people, a lot of people buying digital copies. I actually came across an interesting article. NoFilmSchool.com put it out. It's titled "Why We Need to Return to Physical Media," and I found it really insightful.
Yeah.
Because I think you can have both in this world. Obviously we still do.
Sure.
But the fear, to me anyway, is eventually we won't have physical media.
Yeah.
And reading this article, it really dissects the importance of why we still need it. You don't own, just because you bought something digitally, you don't own it forever.
Right.
So you own the rights to stream it through the streamer where you bought it from until they no longer own the rights themselves to show the content. So,
or they don't exist anymore.
Right. Like if Disney's like Netflix, which they kind of have done, no more. You're not going to have our stuff anymore. We have our own now. And then Netflix can just turn the switch, flip the switch, and it's gone. And if you bought anything that was Disney's or any other company, it's gone. So it's not, that physical media is not really, that's always going to be yours. Yeah. Unless you loaned it to somebody and they screw
and they
up,
don't, they don't return.
Which I never was cool about loaning things unless I really trust the person.
Right.
But I won't give them the case. That's how weird I am. But it was just a lot of cool things. They were talking about, streaming services. They don't buy rights into the content they have. Netflix obviously, I think, kind of set the standards for these new streamers where they have original content.
Yeah, they just do their own.
Right. And that's smart. Like I remember when Netflix announced that, I was like, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
But it's very smart because
I know it's like, and these shows aren't going to be any good. It's Netflix. Who cares?
Yeah.
They were sending me DVDs 6 months ago.
I never used that service. Yeah. I remember the first time I got Netflix, I was so astonished. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all out there digitally.
Yeah.
And I even watched Wild Wild West just to watch a movie, And I was, it's the movie's, it's kind of fun, but not the greatest movie.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see something. I'm like, oh my gosh, this This is I was just like, oh, I can't believe this. It was like a caveman with fire. I just couldn't believe it.
Exactly.
But yeah, a lot of digital movies have been have disappeared from libraries. The physical media actually preserves the filmmaker's work. The quality is vastly different too. When you stream 4K right now, it's basically the same quality as a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So it's not really the greatest. Also, your internet has to be pretty good.
Oh yeah, how many times have you watched a show and then all of a sudden it looks like you're on an old VHS, and then you go back to DVD?
Like for instance, Netflix and Disney, they need like 25 megabytes per second to stream HD.
Right. Amazon
needs 15, and the cheapest internet speed, are through Verizon and Comcast. Looks like 35 to 40 a month you're spending. I have fiber now. I don't know about you. Do you?
It's not out there yet.
It's not.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's going to be Google. Do you know?
I think so.
Okay. Love Google Fiber. I'm not paid by them, but
I've heard good things.
Oh my God, we went from 40 megabytes per second to 1 gig.
Oh wow.
You don't always get that exactly, but still,
it's way more than what you got.
Well, with this all this content we do, uploading and stuff, it's so quick. I haven't started gaming yet with it, so I'm excited about that.
You're gonna love that.
I know my family will definitely not see me. But
I have media crap, and it's
right. Oh yeah, I mean we had to have Ethernet hooked to our work computers here. They're all Wi-Fi now. Just because we have the main upstairs, I'd have to drill a hole in the floor to like drop it down. And don't miss that though. We had like three of those cords in our laundry room. It was terrible. Forget it. Terrible. But there's so much that takes place with streaming. The sound. Each streamer has their own audio standards. Yeah. And it's usually based on the overall volume of the film. Yeah. Because I've kind of noticed that too when you watch a film, like. It's like, what the hell's going on? Or
I don't know how many times that I go from one thing to another, and I'm constantly having to adjust my volume.
Right.
We were watching something on Paramount Plus, FBI.
Yeah.
And we love that show, and we were watching it last night, and because we're trying to get caught up, we only have one episode left to be current, but we're watching that show, and then we're doing laundry, we do other stuff around the house, and then at the end of every night, our little rituals, we'll watch Arrested Development.
Yeah.
We're on season 2 of that, and I'd never gone through it before.
Oh, sure.
Hilarious.
Sure.
But you turn that on Netflix, and then it's like the volume is just off the charts, and I never touched it from FBI to that.
Yeah.
And it's a mad rush then for the remote to turn that down.
It is. But
yeah, you're right. It's funny how varied the sound quality is,
and it's also like the compression, the picture and sound have to be sent together. And the information sometimes gets lost, which is probably why you get the hiccups. But have you noticed darker scenes are pretty bad? Like they're very chunky and pixelated.
Oh, they're the worst.
Yeah, like you can still see people. It's so weird. Like it takes me out of it. Like blacks aren't black. It's kind of like.
And when you watch Game of Thrones, you have a whole episode that's basically just black.
Yeah, wasn't there one complaint about one of the new episodes? It was too dark. It was too dark.
I think it was in the last season. Yeah. It was so dark, and but I mean,
what's going on?
Yeah, and then with that whole pixelization thing, it's like
and it kind of makes the people look freaky. It
does
in the darkness. It's like what's going on?
Part of me wants to get that physical media.
You're right,
so I can see that show and kind of how it's supposed to look.
But I do get like digital. You have it, and you can take it. You can wherever you go. Like you have physical media, you're gonna have to have a player. Like I get it, But
my iPad, I've got so many movies on here.
Right, and they're through Apple.
Yeah, right? Mostly. And sometimes, depending on the movie, I'll get there's like a digital code.
Yeah,
because like there's a lot of movies that I'll buy that I want the digital copy for.
Right.
And if they have the free code, then I'm constantly getting it uploaded. But like if I go on a plane, or if I'm traveling somewhere, like this is just my downloaded movies.
Oh my!
And I've got other ones.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah, right there. I got Spider-Man: No Way Home. I got a lot of Mystery Science Theater. And it's Silence of the Lambs, which I've seen probably 300 times in my life.
Oh, that's a good one, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean there's goods and bads about both of them. But yeah, I mean I totally get like you can have access to it. It's
convenient.
Easier. It is very convenient. Yes. Do you buy any physical media anymore?
I do.
You do. Okay.
So like the the latest Spider-Man, I don't buy all the Marvel or stuff like that.
It misses.
Some I'm fine just streaming it.
Yeah.
That was good. But there's there's stuff out there I still like to buy.
Right.
you know, and I'll not stop that.
Especially vintage stuff they put back out, like Star Trek Motion Picture came out. That was cool, like the 4K.
Yeah.
Redux.
One thing I was wanting to do maybe before Thursday, so probably it'd have to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
I saw John Wick 1 through 3 all bundled.
Oh, sweet.
So I was wanting to get that.
Nice.
You know, because we've streamed it.
Yeah.
You know, but those are movies I'd love to own.
Yeah, that's a great collection.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, things like that out there that I'd still just love to have.
Right. Well, yeah, and it's just good to still buy physical media if you can. It helps support the filmmakers because sadly they don't make much off streaming right now because the residuals are so like new territory.
It's like Spotify, you know, for music artists.
Right.
It's like, oh, I get 1 cent for every 600 plays.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And I made that number up, but it you know, it's bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing is streamers can also change content. Do you recall Splash?
Yeah.
They like really screwed up her butt for no reason. Honestly.
I heard they fixed it.
They did finally. Yeah. It's been like 2 years.
I was going to say, it went a while.
It would look weird. It was bad. He's like, you know what? You might as well just cut that scene. You know, like she turns and runs away and he just cut.
Just cut it out.
Because what we got was just like, it was odd. It would look like a Muppet or something.
It was weird.
It was very weird. But yeah, physical media also offers behind the scenes perks, you know, additional scenes. Like, you know, if you're a big time movie buff, you know.
Oh, commentaries, behind the scenes, the whole thing.
You get like inside jokes sometimes. Yeah.
That stuff's fun.
Some of them don't care. Be formal about the commentary.
Right.
Like some are burping and these are all people involved with the film. It's
they're just having fun with it.
Right, exactly. But yeah, it's just a good article. I think anyone who reads it will hopefully have a renewed appreciation in physical media.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it is in the end truly something you can own.
Yeah.
You know, and it can't be changed or taken away from you. And that's sadly someday, you know, the streamer you have, like, let's say Apple decides, hey, we're going to just skyrocket our prices. You're going to have to either jump ship or you're going to have to, like, sacrifice other things to keep that because you lose it. It's gone.
And most of the stuff that I buy on digital is stuff that I can't find physically.
Right.
You know, and so when inevitably those things go away, then I'm just screwed.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, if they decide, you know, it's controversial, but, you know, there's problematic content, you know, now. So they could decide, like, hey, no more for people. And it's like, well, okay, but, you know, down the road, it could be like, hey, actually, that was pretty good to do that way. And, you know, it was the filmmaker's intent. And it's like, do you ever get that back? You know?
Right.
It's just, But, you know, all in all, a physical copy of a film is, you know, is best to get one you like and just, it helps the filmmaker get paid in the end. And that's another thing about the compression rate and all that. The cinematographer, like, his job gets, like, shit on. Like, he did all that careful strategic work. But, I just thought it was a great article. I recommend it. I'll probably put it in the notes, but definitely check it out. I think it's really well written and educational. Yeah. Very educational.
It was cool.
And I'm a big advocate for physical media. So, you know, eventually we're going to put these on 8-tracks and VHS.
I used to have an 8-track player in my car when I was young. Of course, I'm 55 years older than you.
Will they come back like records, you think?
No.
Because tapes don't really age well.
They don't age
well. Vinyl does.
Vinyl's fine.
Yeah.
But cassettes, VHS, you know, 8-track.
Yeah. Unless they invent some kind of new tape.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe someday.
Maybe.
Who knows?
They had cool sounds, you know. It was just, they're gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Gone. Vinyl's cool, but I just can't afford it, you know? I gotta get a record player and, oh, God.
In mint condition, I've only maybe watched them once or twice. The original Star Wars trilogy, before Lucas's edits. You know, and they're in great shape. The packaging's all immaculate, and it's like, I wonder if you can get anything for that stuff nowadays. You know?
Might. The seal's never been broken.
It has been broken.
Okay, but it's in good shape.
It's in great shape. Like I said, I've only seen them once or twice, so it's it was fun to come across those the other day when I was going through some old boxes. And, that was cool.
I got not the same value. I mean, it's a good trilogy, Die Hard trilogy.
Yeah.
I bought it. You remember when Letterbox was a thing?
Oh, yeah.
I got it somewhere, but it's a flat case, and you pull up the lid. I got it from Suncoast or something, or maybe my mom and dad's work. But anyway, 3 tapes in there. Just they sit in there perfectly. Years ago, I was putting I got an Ecto 1 set. And I was like, let me put Die Hard in.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it was terrible looking. Everything was blurry.
Oh man,
it was terrible. Yeah,
that's too bad. Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. So I went out and got the DVDs. But another part of my childhood, in a way, all this physical media resorts back to that. But we lost Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
that was just shocking. I mean, the animated series was part of my growing up, and you were a young adult.
I was.
Then. Did you take part in that series right away?
I did.
You did, because it was serious.
It wasn't campy, and it was just it was unlike anything else.
Yeah,
and it's the first animated series drawn on or from black paper, right? From black background, and
beautiful.
Yeah, it was just artfully done. It was perfection.
Yeah,
it really was.
It's
still the gold standard.
Yeah.
And, so many things that even Warner Brothers Animation tried to do afterwards, even in the same kind of art style, the whole thing just never matched
Quality
up.
kind of dipped a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it hit that peak.
Yeah. And it's just, it was unbelievable.
Films have been pretty artsy.
They do so many great things,
they do.
But I mean, that magic of Kevin Conroy as Batman and that, dynamic and stuff with him and Mark Hamill as a Joker, that's chemistry. You can't force chemistry like that.
Well, Tim Curry was going to be the original Joker, and Hamill wanted just any part on the show. I guess they offered. He actually did Heart of Ice first. He was like the guy that caused Freeze to have his accident.
That's right, yeah.
When he first got the call from his agent, he thought he was going to be voicing Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I'm just like this goon guy? Like, okay. But then, when they thought of him for Joker, he had more pressure because he's like, Nicholson just did the Joker, but no one's done Freeze yet, for a while. And so, but yeah, him and Conroy was just, I mean, the whole voice cast was fantastic. But,
yeah, it was all phenomenal.
But yeah, Conroy, man, he just was, it was his first audition for voice work, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He never been in that world. He was a stage actor.
Yep.
Studied at Juilliard. He actually had a full ride, roomed with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
He had some great stories. I did say this in my tribute post. He was on an episode of Fat Man on Batman, which is now Batman Beyond. It's a great episode.
Yeah.
I've never really heard a better interview with his whole history. But yeah, I mean, he definitely came from, tragic beginnings, you could say, and actually wrote a comic recently.
Yeah. That was in the Pride issue for DC.
Yeah.
And walks through his whole story, from start to current, and the stuff that he had to go through.
Yeah.
It's just how you can treat people like that.
Right.
Right. And think that that's okay is it's just unbelievable.
Well, it's just like he didn't give up either. Like look at this 30-year career voicing Batman and everything else that came with it. I mean,
he is the voice of Batman.
Yeah.
You can love Bale, you can love Keaton, you can love all of these people.
Yep.
And, all of these people, for the most part, George Clooney, all of them did.
He didn't even try.
Right. Almost they all did a good job.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you have a definitive voice like Kevin Conroy, and especially for the amount of time in which he did it, just epic.
Well, we owe him for making a difference between Bruce's voice and Batman's voice, because him as a trained actor, which was probably very helpful. I don't know if voice actors come from trying to act first, if they have that performance in them, like physical performance, but just his suggestion, like, wait a minute, this guy is like a millionaire at the time.
Yeah.
People are going to know him in a heartbeat. So
right.
It's like, just change his voice and
he uses his normal voice for Bruce Wayne.
Right.
That was his voice.
Right.
And then he, of course, had the Batman voice. And it was just, man, it was sad.
Yeah.
Hearing about that.
Yeah. And it is, I know a lot of people make fun of people who worship celebrities. And not worship per se, but I mean, I don't know, in a way, I guess for him, it was just one of those deaths that it hit me pretty hard. I mean, it
hits you harder than others.
It just ruined my morning.
Right. I mean, if I saw some article of some lady who was in Supernatural, recently passed away.
Yes, and
that's terrible. But you know what? I mean, I wasn't moved by it only because I just wasn't familiar, you know. And so, you know, it all has to do with your investment, right? You know, and we were clearly fans, of Batman and Kevin Conroy's
huge impact,
work.
iconic. Yeah, I mean, and a great guy from all accounts.
Oh,
I got to meet him. I mean, not like I had dinner with him or anything, but you know, I got to meet him at a con. He was at our first con, I think, here, or Wizard Con we had. Oh God, I don't know when, 2015 maybe, 2014. But yeah, I got a picture with him, and super nice guy. And it was, I think, it was very helpful for me to hear his story before I met him. Like I had even more appreciation for him. I don't even know if I would have gone to see him had I not heard that story, because it was just so, it just humanized him so much, and you know, just felt more down to earth. And yeah, he definitely loved his fans, and he would just, you know, recite lines all the time. You could go out and see all kinds of clips of him at cons.
He's just a fun guy.
Yeah.
You know, and truly, you know, I really feel like he appreciated what was given to him as much as, you know, we appreciate what he gave to us.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
He was just phenomenal talent.
Well, and I didn't even know he was gay until they announced it, his death. He had a husband, and then this Pride issue came out. I didn't even know about it. It was a culmination of many stories, I believe, right? And his was one of them.
And then they had, you know, like there was like a Robin story, and you know they just had a lot of different, you know, stories, and they're kind of an anthology type thing. And his was just he had a 9-page history lesson, you know, on his life and that sort of thing. I would absolutely recommend it to anybody.
I wish that was an issue just by itself. Maybe it is. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. It's digital.
Right?
I think they had physical copies like at the store and stuff. But
I would love to have that as a physical copy.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it came out, sadly, and I think that was months ago.
It was months ago. Yeah,
I don't know how I missed it, honestly. I mean, I'm not really big in the comic, like when they're coming out and stuff. I am a fan, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only reading a couple things anymore. That's just it. I mean, even compared to old Steve, you know,
well, there's so many, so much content too. It's probably almost an overload, like the physical, or not physical, but the live action.
It really is. You know, I mean, like right now, I thought, you know, I'm going to go back to Marvel. I'm going to read something that I've always wanted to, but never did.
Right.
So I've been reading Ghost Rider from the 70s when it first came out.
Nice.
So I've just been doing that all the way up. I'm still in the 70s.
Has it aged well?
But, oh, no.
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 Get your Lucky Smokes today, kids. And I was the 50s.
Just the first issue alone, I just, the whole Satan angle, I want to do a bit on it on a show later.
Oh, do it. Yes, please. Yeah.
Because, it was...
Well, you'll have weeks off to do
I will
on it.
All sort of work,
you know.
But, I actually started writing a blog about it.
Yes.
So, because it was just hilarious. I showed my wife, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "I know." So we'll get to that at another show. Fun stuff.
That's funny. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. But Kevin Conroy, man, never be anyone like him again. I mean, by all accounts, I mean, just you can read his issue. It's part of a 7-day free trial right now through DC Universe Infinity.
Infinity,
Yep.
You know, and if you're already a DC Universe member, just search Pride. In the search bar, and it will immediately come up, and that's what I did, and I read it that way.
Yeah, definitely worth it. From the panels I got to read for free, and I didn't get to read all of them, but it was really cool for him to be like, can I find this character? Let me think. And he just kind of went between fiction and his life, right?
Yeah. You know, I mean, and maybe that's just why he was so amazing and successful. Is he, you know, especially with the Batman voice, really drew on his own pain. Yeah. You know, and that's a voice you'll just never forget.
Right. And that's the thing about that appearance he did on Kevin Smith's podcast years back. Didn't even get the full story, but there's enough story there. Yeah. There was enough pain, and to know now he was going through more of it.
Oh, man.
Especially with rejections, like it just, things have gotten better. They can still get better, but you know, things have gotten better, I hope.
Yeah. And, you know, and in Hollywood, where everyone talks about, oh, it's so woke and, you know, all this stuff, you know, he went through so much homophobia and, you know, just so much hate
Yeah.
because of that. Unacceptable. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. But yeah, he will be missed. And yeah, I desperately want to watch. I wanted to that day. I think Joey actually did. He tweeted about it. Ask the Phantasm. I think he watched that one for him. I want to see that in the theater. That was such a cool time. And I just wasn't old enough to really enjoy it.
2 VHSs I went through.
Oh, wow.
Of that movie, because I'd watch it so many times.
It's so rich.
It was awesome.
I mean, it's just, it's awesome. Yeah, it made those follow-ups seem really, just not good.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero, I was like, whoa, that's a dip.
Yeah,
but
who cares?
They put money in that,
But Mask of the Phantasm, I mean, you could put that up against any live-action Batman movie.
Oh, you could. It's really good.
Phenomenal.
Someday they'll try it, maybe. Who knows? They better do it right.
Right.
Jason David Frank. This just came out, was it yesterday or Sunday?
I think it was Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was a shock.
And he was the Green?
He's Green Ranger, started out with Green Ranger, then he became the White Ranger, and then eventually came back, and I think he was the Red Ranger again. Forgive me, I only followed the very first edition of the Power Rangers, and I'm sure you probably weren't into it at all. I mean, it was kind of intriguing, but mainly kid stuff, and I was actually, to be honest, I was too old to be watching it at the time. But I found it was attractive because of the colors.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. Like Star Trek, they knew what they were doing, with all that attractiveness. But it was kind of cool. They morphed into these things. And then years later, I learned that all that fighting footage was like another show in Japan, I believe. And they just
inserted it in, yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious. It made so much sense. Yeah. Because the Yellow Ranger was like a dude over there.
Yeah.
And then in this show, because you're like, why didn't she have a skirt? It's like, well, it's because they used that footage. But no, this guy was, a total badass, really. Mixed martial artist, film and TV talented, resume, you could say. Yeah, very shocking. Sadly, I think, well, I don't know what to say, but, could have hopefully ended happier than it did.
Yeah.
There's like sources saying it was, well, I'll just say it was suicide. I hope I'm wrong, but it's just shocking. He seemed like a guy
I didn't see a cause of death, but yeah.
Yeah. And it's TMZ, so take it.
Who knows, right?
Who knows? But yeah, very shocking. Yeah, only 49. Yeah, he was good with his fans too.
Yeah.
Yeah, signed a lot of helmets over the years.
I'm sure, yeah.
Was never hesitant to put that costume back on, uniform.
Yeah.
I don't want to, dismiss people's cosplayers out there.
Right.
But yeah, that was just a shocking death. His last project is Legend of the White Dragon, I believe, and it's produced by Bat and the Sun Productions.
Okay.
They put together those Batman films. You've kind of seen, trying to remember. They've had some like big, they're fan made films, but they're like they look great.
Yeah.
And so they've put out a few of those over the years. And they've had some pretty big stars. I mean, not total like D-list, like they've had some genuinely good stars in these films. So this is their produced film, and it's supposed to come straight to physical media or digital, of course, 2023.
Okay.
But I don't know if he finished everything he was supposed to do, so they might have to work around that. But yeah, that was a shock, a total shock, and it's just sad,
Yeah, bad deal.
We're all human, and yeah.
And all of us have a clock that's ticking.
Yes, that's true. Unless you're very rich and you just buy replacement bodies, right? You clone yourself or something.
I'm on my third.
You're on your third? Damn. It's good.
Not worth it.
Not worth it?
Yeah, this one, I need a refund.
You went cheap on things?
I went really cheap.
Not the premium package, please.
Oh, next time, spend the money.
I can't upgrade?
Yeah.
What? Glass Onion. This is coming out.
Yeah.
Sequel to Knives Out. I'm very excited. Tomorrow, we're Tuesday now. Wednesday will be the start of the 1 week run, I believe.
Yeah, by the time you hear this, it'll be out.
Yep, and hopefully we've both seen it.
Hopefully by then.
I plan on it.
Well, if it's only got a week run in the theater, I want to see it in the theater. So we'll just have to get to it.
I could see a potential of it extending the run if there's enough people, but it's like an experiment because it's a Netflix film. So, Ryan Johnson signed a big deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
So the next few Knives Outs, I think, will be Netflix, as long as they, keep making them, of course, and are successful. So, yeah, it's going to be an experiment. Like, how much money can it make in a short period of time? If you don't see it now, then you will wait exactly a month to see it on Netflix.
For Netflix, okay.
So
yeah, if you don't get to it, it's coming soon.
I'm excited. At first I was like, how can you beat the first one? All of it. And so far, it's getting better and better when I see the next trailer. There's just so much. I love Knives Out so much. The look, just everything. And I'm like, how can you replicate that? And you don't want to try to replicate it to the T, because it's just,
Yeah, because then you're just watching the old one.
It's going to be another
really good.
by number sequel.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. So... yeah, that'll be out.
Well, I heard Daniel Craig had to relearn the accent because he forgot it.
Oh gosh, I believe that.
And they had to,
it's been Bond since then,
right?
I think. Yeah.
He had to go through a complete retraining of it.
Yeah.
I read that somewhere, and I thought that's funny. I mean, it's got to be easy though for an actor. It's like, once you're done, you hit the delete button, right? And you move on. You do the next thing.
Wait, we're doing another one?
It's like, okay, here we go.
No, but this is a great part for him. Like, he doesn't have to be in the best shape, and I think he's kind of hit his peak with the action films. Not to say he's not going to do anymore, but definitely still in shape.
It's easier on him,
yeah,
and it's probably honestly a lot more fun,
right?
These kind of roles,
right? And he's dancing now. Have you seen that vodka commercial?
Seen that.
Taika Waititi directed it. It's a pretty funny commercial.
Okay. Yeah.
He didn't know how to dance, he said, before they filmed that.
Okay.
So it's funny. I forgot what the vodka brand it is, but Belvedere maybe? Or maybe I'm just thinking of the show, Mr. Belvedere. Yeah. Because that's vodka and that.
Big vodka drinker he was.
Yeah. No, but it's a funny commercial they did, and it pokes fun at itself at the end. There's like behind the scenes shots, and the guy is multi-talented,
right?
Glass Onion. I just wish they would drop the Knives Out story. I know why they're doing that, because they have to have a connection, but it just feels like, or Knives Out mystery,
right?
It's like, just call it the Glass Onion.
Glass Onion, yeah.
At least it's not Knives Out 2. I would hate that. Because Knives Out was the point was that's the
it was its own story.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. Can't say unless you're going to return to that story.
Right.
Ooh, I don't know. Avatar: The Way of the Water. They just released their third trailer. I think it's the final trailer. That movie's coming out December 16th. Looks incredible. It looks incredible. And I know you didn't. I haven't seen the first one for a while. I don't hate it. Do you hate it? You hate it though.
I don't hate it.
No.
I just don't like it.
Right.
It was beautiful.
Yes.
No question.
Yeah.
In fact, it was phenomenally beautiful at the time.
Yeah.
I remember, and this one looks even better from a looks perspective.
Right. You at least get some nice.
But the story.
Imagery. From were you did you out of the bat know I didn't like the story, or did
out of the bat?
Okay.
And see, that's you know how many times I've seen it.
Mesmerized. How many times? One time, really?
Now,
theater though, right?
Okay, good. I own it.
Yeah. Right.
Because I'm an idiot.
Well, you just put on mute, right?
I buy everything, you know. But this is something that back then I really didn't know about myself. I'm going through a lot of therapy. That's actually,
I need your therapist number.
That's not a joke, actually, but nonetheless, Inception is where I figured this out.
Okay.
That depending on the day that I'm having, when you turn into an old grumpy bastard, was I having a bad day at Avatar? I don't even remember at this point. I just know that when I first saw Inception, I was not having a great day.
Yeah.
And I walked out there thinking that was blisteringly stupid. There is nothing redeeming about Inception in any way, shape, or form. I would rather pour gasoline on myself and light myself on fire in the middle of a crowded shopping mall on Black Friday. And just try to take out as many people as I can.
Nobody would notice you either.
Nobody would notice.
Yeah, get a TV.
Yeah. And so, and then like a year later, I saw Inception again at home. I'm like, God, this movie's awesome.
Yeah, because that's how I felt.
So is it that way with Avatar?
Maybe.
Maybe. There's two things that took me out of Avatar during Avatar. The name Unobtainium.
Yeah.
Is it easy to get? And then when Stephen Lang referred to himself as Papa Dragon. I was done. I have a friend who I made fun of that so bad. That's all he calls me. To this day, he'll call me, "Hey, Papa, what's up?" And it just, I've had to live with it. But, so I mean, I still, I still can feel things about that movie that I really didn't like.
Right.
But if I gave it another shot, would I hate it as bad? Right. I mean, maybe not. But I will see this next one because
it looks beautiful.
You're not going to see.
Especially with underwater
it's just
shots.
So cool looking.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Cameron is just a revolutionary guy when it comes to that stuff. He'll bring something new every time, and you can say it's a gimmick, probably is, but those underwater sequences, I know he trained the actors. Like, they really adapted the technology to shoot underwater. Yeah. And he's a big underwater freak.
Oh, huge.
Huge. Kate Winslet, I think she's in this film. I don't know her character yet. Maybe they introduced it in like IMDb or something. But anyway, I think she learned to hold her breath 11 minutes underwater.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think she was going to float on a door and then fall into the ocean.
That'd be a nice little gag
Wouldn't
reel.
that be?
If the door comes down on
her.
Like, yeah.
But no, I am.
It looks gorgeous.
I'm enthused to see it. I really am, just because it's going to be a spectacle, you know?
Yeah.
And it is on IMAX. It's just
3D
no doubt.
too. 3D.
Yeah, it's no doubt going to look amazing.
I can only imagine our local IMAX. It's probably, I don't even know if tickets are available yet, but I mean, it's coming December 16th. So
right around the corner.
I guess it needs a break $2 billion to break even. Yeah. It needs $2 billion. Because everything that was invested in it.
$2 billion.
$2 billion. It could do it. Wow. Cameron, you know what? Cameron has never failed. Remember Titanic? When that was $200 million, that was the biggest budget for a film. And everyone's like, it's going to fail. Did not fail. He has not failed yet at anything. So this could be it. I don't think so. I think he's pretty much battled it through.
I don't want to be a total asshole here.
Hey, I could be wrong, but by my accounts, and I've heard others, he's never really failed at bringing it. Like, people doubt him, and he makes it happen.
We'll see if my internet works or not. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, his track record is obviously, it speaks for itself. Yeah.
I mean, just the investment in the technology. Probably also, this has probably been work in progress ever since the first Avatar. What was the first Avatar? 07, 08 maybe?
1908, 1907.
Might as well be, right?
Yeah.
That's the only film he's made since then, I think.
Well, as far as directed?
Yes.
Directed 2016 Turok, The First Flight.
He directed that?
Collaborating director.
Okay. Yeah.
So Avatar, you're right. Avatar 2009.
Yeah. Not crazy. Will you see the first Avatar again?
Ghosts of the Abyss.
Okay, that was a documentary, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at his original.
I never did see that, but that was them with the Titanic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Titanic, True Lies.
I mean, every movie he's made's pretty much been. I mean, he makes one every 10 years.
I'm backing way off.
But still,
yeah, he doesn't have a ton, but
I mean, basically, he's never, he's exceeded expectations big time.
Maybe Piranha 2, The Spawning.
Right. That was his first, right?
That was his second. Xenogenesis was his first in 78. That was in 81.
He worked for Roger Corman.
Yeah, and then but then in 84, The Terminator. And since Terminator, yes.
The Abyss,
absolutely.
T2, Navy SEALs. I'm kidding. He didn't do Navy SEALs. What else did he do? He did some other ones.
So, yeah,
True Lies was great, too.
True Lies.
God, I wish they would have made a sequel to that. Don't do it now. I don't think it'll work.
Dark Angel was a TV show.
Yes,
but he did an episode of that.
Oh, he did.
He directed one.
Okay, and that made $1 billion.
Yeah, and then probably. But yeah, a lot of his documentary work clearly,
it only has to make $2 billion because this Avatar has made over $1 billion now because he keeps re-releasing it and it keeps making more and more money.
Yeah, he's at the point now where he can Avatar 2. If it doesn't make the $2 billion. He's recouped it in other ways.
Right. They might. I don't know if they're gonna not allow him to make more avatars if this fails. I didn't read that far into it, but I just know the big headline right now is it has to make $2 billion just because of the expectations. Because the first one made that, and in this kind of market, $1 billion's easily achievable. Didn't Endgame make $2 billion or almost $2 billion? It got up there.
It got up there. Yeah. So I mean, is it absolutely possible? Yeah. I just question because of the length of time between.
I know.
We're at 13 years.
Yeah.
And
will you revisit the original before seeing this, you think? Or do you just going to go into it like, hey, I'm just going to watch this
honestly,
and have an orgasm?
I think I would
okay.
probably want to watch that first.
Yeah. And they just did re-release it a little bit ago, so that would have been nice to see it on IMAX, because we didn't have IMAX around here when that first one came out. But that 3D, man, oh god, I was actually late for that movie.
Really?
I was in the damn line for concessions.
Oh boy!
So I got in there and he
Popcorn's
was already on the
important.
planet. It is damn important. That movie was a long movie, but man, that 3D technology, the best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Beowulf was the first that was a little bit better, but man, that
that was a film, man.
And I think Cameron is working on a layered technology too, 3D layered technology. That could be a rumor, but man, imagine if they did that. When he glasses, it'd all kind of just be right there.
Dude is a visionary.
He is, yeah.
I don't have to like Avatar 1 or anything like that, but I mean,
and it does borrow from like
you
Dances with
cannot
Wolves and all
question
kinds of
his
things.
talent and his ability. I mean, and his ability to make an unbelievable spectacle.
Well, and this film has we're gonna get into Black Panther, but it's very similar. It's a whole new tribe in this film. Looks like they're kind of like they're not blue, they're like kind of a green blue or something. So you play into that race thing.
Yeah, it's so, and clearly there's gonna be some conflict there. According to the trailers. So,
but the underwater sequences just look beautiful. Like everything looks great. I'm super excited and. I'll go see it. I'll probably go see it twice at least. Yeah. I mean, it just looks like one of those movies. Like, even if you don't, just turn your brain off. If you don't want to. Is
there a runtime on it?
I'm sure there is. I did not catch it, but I imagine it's got to be close to 3 hours. I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
I'd be shocked if it's like 80-minute movie.
Right.
You won't even get to the parts. Like that's it. Okay. To be continued? Question mark.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be out very soon. I'm very excited about that. Bullet. Did you ever see the 1968 film?
Oh yeah, Steve McQueen.
Yeah,
I have seen that many times.
I've never seen it, but I know the iconic chase scene. Okay, great,
very good movie.
I should own it, right?
Yeah, you should own it.
I shouldn't even check it out. Just buy the damn thing.
Just buy it.
Yeah.
It's a 70s movie, and if you've not had exposure to 70s movies, I don't know.
French Connection.
Don't watch it.
I've seen that. So I'm on the okay list there.
It's one of those things where there's pacing sometimes where it feels like it's slow.
Very different. Yeah.
It's very different back then, But back then, I mean, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
I grew up on that stuff.
Well, I think I think as you get older, you appreciate that more, and you're okay with because these other movies like the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, you have no time to
boom, 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 boom.
Nothing has time to marinate.
Right.
I mean, I can watch an old school 70s episode of Hawaii Five-0 and watch Dano tail a guy for 4 blocks, and all it's got is just,
four-parter.
Yeah. And it's just got little music behind it, you know, and you're watching them and if kids today be like, oh God, TikTok.
Oh, I know.
Save my life. I can't watch this.
I know for sure they would. Like the first James Bond movies. Holy shit. He'd walk in a lobby and that's a scene.
That's the scene.
Walk in the damn lobby. That's it.
All right, guys, we're filming the lobby scene. Let's get set up.
Right.
Yeah, and then
2 days later, we're getting into a car.
Right. Yeah.
He hasn't started yet, but we're getting in it. He's adjusting. No, but I do appreciate those moments as I get older.
This is where Roger Moore adjusts his seat.
Chapter 2.
And we're gonna do it from 7 angles.
Yes. That's right. Maybe some hot chicks in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steven Spielberg, of all people, is going to direct a new Bullet film that will have Bradley Cooper playing Frank Bullitt.
This, I'm going to be honest with you 1,000% right now. I had no idea.
Really?
About this.
Sweet.
And hearing that Spielberg's going to do it, this is a guy who made The Duel.
Right. And I saw that. That was a TV movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I am now 1,000% on board with this.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I showed up tonight.
And they didn't exactly say it's a remake. So it's like his own
spin
vision
on it, probably.
Yes,
which is fine.
So, yeah. And it could be maybe a whole new story than the original Bullet. But either way, Bradley Cooper, I think, will be he's great in everything pretty much. You got to have 11-minute car chase again, right? With an olive green Mustang fastback.
Best car chase in movie history.
Oh, it's still iconic.
It's still iconic.
I love that green.
I will literally put that movie in the DVD player.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the car chase scene, watch it, and then I'll go drive.
Nice.
You know, I don't know.
I got it, man. You're talking me into it. I gotta go buy it. Damn it.
It's so good.
I know. I need
so good.
It might be on HBO Max, but hey, physical media, it's better.
And Steve McQueen was one of those guys where you just wish he would have been alive longer. I mean, he
made it to the 80s, right?
Dude was a tough guy, but I mean, I wish we had more stuff with him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Bullet probably the peak. Great Escape was before that.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And but I mean, Bullet was just one of those lightning in a bottle movies.
Yeah, it's shocking for Spielberg to do it, but I welcome it because it's like I don't know if he's really done. Like, yeah, he did Duel, but after that, he didn't really do any. Well, Indiana Jones is action heavy, I guess, but with car chasing,
right? I
don't know. I'm drawing a blank, but I'm sure he's definitely that's definitely been in. E.T. That's on bikes, right?
It's on bikes. And Steve McQueen, he died when he was 50.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he died in 1980.
That's insane.
Yeah, he. That's why I say I just wish he was around for other stuff. You know, I mean, can you imagine him like mentoring, you know, some action hero of the 80s or something like that? Yeah. In a movie series, it would just been cooler than
it would have been cool. What's nice about this project is children are going to executive produce. Usually that's a title thrown around. Yeah. So I don't know how much insight they'll have, but at least they're included. So I think that's pretty damn cool. But yeah, I think that'd be an interesting project. So I look forward to it. I think, and I can't wait to see The Fabelmans. Spielberg's new film is kind of his life story in a way. That looks incredible. I really can't wait to see that. So I'm trying to see that this week and Glass Onion. There's just so much out there. It's crazy.
So I'm trying to think. Chad McQueen is his son.
Yes.
I'd look that up.
And he was in a movie later on. It was like probably direct to video, but he did drive a olive green Mustang.
Did he?
Yeah.
So he was in a movie called Martial Law with Cynthia Rothrock, who is a big like 80s like martial artist type person.
Okay, yeah.
He just doesn't have the charisma his dad.
He's not, right.
But I mean, you know, good for him for trying. Riff Tracks did it. It chopped it up real nice.
Is it kind of a softcore?
It's not.
It's not, okay.
No, but it's just that B movie type thing. I mean, no one loves B movies more than me. I mean, I can watch it all day.
Well, it's more content for Mystery Science Theater.
Right,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, that's... I look forward to that. I think that's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah,
for sure.
Man, I'm glad to know about it now. I didn't know. That's how far in the sand my head is usually. Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, all right. See you later.
One more. No, Bob Iger is back. Did you hear about this?
I did.
Isn't that crazy? He just retired, and Bob Chapek replaced him, and so they've now reversed the process.
I heard Kathleen Kennedy might be out.
Really?
That's going to be another one.
I wouldn't be shocked to hear that. Yeah.
Now, again, I mean, those
Jon
are
Favreau.
I know, right? Those are from a couple different off sources.
Right.
So it's absolutely, of course, speculation.
A lot of people called for a while, so I know that much. But
so who knows what'll happen? I don't know if I agree with the move. I feel like it's a safety move.
Yeah.
For Disney.
Kind of a panic move.
And I also feel like it'll be a transition move.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to come into the role to help kind of re-steer the ship and then hand it back off. He's not going to be there long term.
Right. No, it's a 2-year deal, and he's going to appoint another replacement.
Yeah.
Bob Chapek.
Yeah, right.
But
all right, you've been a bad boy long enough. Get back in here.
Get out of the naughty corner there. But I guess Disney has had some steep losses with their streaming theme parks and more. And of course, COVID-19 didn't help anything.
Right.
But I guess their share prices have tumbled, and they're going to have a hiring freeze and some layoffs. And I think that's when I think Chapek learned the same day as we all did.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very, very quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
axe falls quickly sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to talk about with that coming down the road. But yeah, as far as right now, that's what's happening. So Iger is in charge again. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a Star Wars movie out of this, because that's crazy.
I know, right?
Like, how do we not have another Star Wars film?
How do we go from one every week to nothing? You know.
And a side note, I've heard Andor's fantastic. I've only seen some of it. Okay, yeah.
More of that, please.
Yes, I've heard that's really been something special. So I don't know why I haven't gotten into it, but I've actually even heard it's like the lowest rated of the Star Wars shows, which sucks. But
I don't get it. But
yeah. I hope they.
Its acclaim though is pretty good. I mean, you don't see a lot of online trolls just going after it just to go after it.
Right. Exactly. A lot of great actors involved and stuff. So hopefully we'll get more of that. But DC, they've had some new news. James Gunn, Peter Safran, have taken over as the new leads of the film, TV, and animation division. So I guess they just mapped out an 8 to 10 year plan, which is
we'll see.
I hope they stick to it.
I hope they stick to it.
That's great. Hey, I don't get me wrong. I think they tried that before, and I think Warner Brothers fucked that up.
Well, so it's a grain of salt for me, right? Because clearly Marvel and Disney give Kevin Feige a lot a latitude.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
But he's earned the latitude.
Right.
But DC won't even let us a bump in the road.
They panic.
They panic
big time.
So they panic, and then they ditch, and then they're constantly playing catch up.
Let's make another Batman, which was great, but still confusing as hell probably to a lot of people.
Warner,
Joker,
one of my most historically favorite studios, because of some of the movies that I grew up with, is just historically the worst when it comes to executives. I mean, it's just shut up, stick with what you know.
There's potential, but it's like this 8 to 10 plan is not going to mean shit if one of those films fails. Like, oh, you just can't. You got to stick to it.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you mean we made $800 million off of this movie? Failure.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, like BVS, it's like, don't plan on your movie making $2 billion. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
That was stupid. Like, Avengers was $1 billion was an accident. They didn't set out to be like, we're going to make it $1 billion film. Right. Stupid. But yeah, I with James Gunn involved, I'm happy. That dude, fucking Peacemaker.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad was good. I liked it.
Second one was way better than the first.
Yes.
But I liked them both.
Right.
I think he's got if anyone has a real shot at it, making it work, it's him.
Yeah, I think he's going to deliver the goods for sure. He likes obscure characters, as we've seen.
Yeah.
He actually likes Metal Man. I'm not familiar with him, but Batmite, that's only he could do that.
I think only he can get away with that.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how they pull that off, because I'll admit I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
But I'm not down in it. I just, I got to see it in action. I didn't think they could make Rocket Raccoon work either.
Right. Oh, yeah. I remember when Guardians was coming out, everyone's like, this is their first fail. Nope.
Yeah. Nope.
Was not.
Killed it.
Yep.
Killed it.
And everything he's done since has pretty much been solid.
Yeah.
I mean, Peacemaker of all characters. I mean, you look at him, it's laughable, but man, that show was awesome.
Yeah. I couldn't see the main character though. Sorry. Dad joke over here.
That was the audition tape.
That was the audition, right?
Can't see me.
It's just a costume.
Never thought I would actually look forward to a performance of his. Going back like 10 years or so. No, I never would have imagined. He's just about, I think it's The Rock, Batista, and him acting range, and he's making him and Batista are climbing. I'm telling you, it's the material you get. Yeah.
And I think both of those dudes are living proof of that.
Yeah.
If you have bad material, you have bad direction, you have bad, it makes it bad, and I don't know. It's like, Affleck and Cavill, they get blamed, unfortunately, for these things.
Right.
When actually those two actors did amazing with what they were given.
Right.
And no one remembers that with what they were given part.
Right.
That's what they need to remember. Because, if you give John Cena, of all people, good material, and good direction, look what the hell happens.
Right, because Gunn was an actor himself, so I think actors make the best directors for the most part. I mean, they just can channel a performance better, I think, than
Yeah, everyone thought John Cena was brick stupid.
Yeah.
And here he comes with this kind of
very
performance.
Intelligent, actually.
He's amazing.
He even played the piano in that scene. If you go see Peacemaker, you know what I'm talking about.
He's way more talented than I think anyone ever gave him credit for.
So the languages,
or everyone. I don't think the talent was pulled out of him until then.
Right.
Fully.
Right.
So
they knew exactly what to
they knew what to do, and they're doing it to a guy who broke the Make-A-Wish record. I mean, he's just a hell of a person, too, and
all accounts, great dude.
Yeah. So James Gunn, man.
Well, and
good luck, buddy.
Even Cena wore that costume promoting those projects. Like,
oh yeah.
You know how many actors would hate to do that?
Oh yeah.
You'd be like, that's beneath me.
Yeah. Well, he wore jorts for a long time. So
that's true.
I don't think he's worried.
Yeah, that's true. There's plenty of merchandise too to blackmail him on.
Exactly.
Yeah, at least it's all out there in Front Street. But yeah. I look forward to the new plan. Like I said, if there's a little bump in the road, fucking stay on the road.
Stay on course, man.
Yeah,
stay on course. Yep.
Take a 10-year gamble.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you'll learn from your mistakes. Other people have done it. Marvel's done it.
Yeah, Iron Man 3.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And with Phase 4, it's been a little rocky. I'll admit. Like, I've I haven't loved the movies until, we'll get to Black Panther.
Panther.
A game changer.
Yeah.
Spoiler. But yeah, Indiana Jones Empire issue is coming out. We're getting some set photos. Harrison Ford himself. Great shots. They look fantastic. Matt Mikkelsen. If you see his photo, that's a villain.
Yeah.
That is a fucking villain. He is shit.
I can't wait.
Yeah, he's playing Voller, so he's inspired by a real-life Nazi who became an engineer for NASA. And it's got a similar look to that one dude from Raiders.
Yeah.
I hope he's not related. That'd be stupid. But I'm digging the pictures. I think this will be much better than the last one. That's not really hard to do, I guess. But
not hard to do.
But yeah, Spielberg, I believe, is producing. But yeah, this is the first one. He's not directing, and Lucas is not involved, as far as I know. It is still under the Lucasfilm banner. But yeah, the trailer's coming soon, says director James Mangold, who did Logan and Ford v Ferrari. Have you seen Ford v Ferrari? Oh my God. I saw that in IMAX. Yeah. Oh, so great. That race scene was, everything about that. It was real.
Just quality.
Just
quality.
You put that with Indiana Jones. I mean, it's going to be a different film than Spielberg, but it's going to be pretty entertaining, I believe. And
it's almost no fault. It feels like, it feels like it's just going to be great.
Right. It just sucks it's going to be the only film, unless there's a character they're going to spin off. But because Ford's done, which makes sense. He's 80 years old.
Yeah, he's in his hundreds right now.
But yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she is playing his goddaughter named Helena. So that's a little new news there. And Antonio Banderas. He'll be in this movie. You think he's going to be a villain or a good guy?
I think he's gonna end up being a bad guy who starts off as a good guy.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, or flip it.
Yeah,
I can see him doing either one with him.
Oh God, the stupid double cross after double cross in the last film with his sidekick guy.
Yeah,
I'm a spy. I'm on this side. I'm on that side. Like, Jesus, fucking choose.
I know.
Stupid.
Put him in the refrigerator and let him get nuked.
He got washed away, I believe. I forgot what happened. But yeah, June 30th, 2023. That'll be coming out. So
another reason to stay alive long.
Yeah. Pictures are beautiful. The premiere or the Empire issue looks amazing. Yeah. I might get it. I don't know. It's probably like $50 because shit's expensive. So reviews, recommendations, and then we're done for this Thanksgiving episode, if you will. I wish we would have went out with Thanksgiving theme like we did Halloween. Hard to believe that was our last
episode. Eat some turkey while we eat.
Yeah,
while we do this.
Yeah. Yes.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I don't care what they
turkey.
want. I want turkey.
Right, I know.
No,
I know. Put some mayo there.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, Christmas, we got to do something.
Yeah, something fun.
Something big. Yeah.
200 for sure.
Yes.
Whenever that is.
Yeah. Could be. We could push it up quicker. We'll
could
just do an episode a day.
Yeah.
Mitch will be Santa Claus.
Yeah, he'll be Santa Claus.
You can do that, right? Get the beard gems.
Santa Claus's beard's way better than Mitch's. I love you, Mitch, but it's got to go.
That'll be the 200th episode.
It's not acceptable. You know what?
See with shears.
I will shave him for the 200th episode.
He's not going to know it.
Well, he's not going to know it because I have chloroform in my car. So, no, I'm kidding. I don't have.
Thump. Oh, God. That'd be funny. I don't know what happened. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, this is... I think Phase 4 is still going. I think we got Ant-Man coming.
Yeah, it's next up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I will just say non-spoilers to start with. It was a very emotional film. Great world building, I think. Powerful performances. And just judging by the trailer, costumes were beautiful.
Yeah.
Same costume designer as the first one. Just gorgeous. Like everything was upped because I think this movie got more budget than the first one. Not to say they thought the first one would tank, but you know, it was so successful.
It killed it. Yeah.
Right. I think it's a different film than the first one. So it's just one of those sequels you really can't anymore. It's kind of like you can't say it's better than the first one, I don't think. I mean, it's just a different film to me.
It's different.
A little bit more serious. Well, a lot more serious.
A lot more serious.
Yeah, there's so much to take in from it. And I think by far the best Phase 4 film we've gotten. This has to get him back on steady ground, I hope. Ant-Man looks incredible too. So we'll see, you know. But yeah, I enjoyed what I saw. I want to see it again really bad. Obviously had to have some, well, maybe spoilers, we'll get into some little minor issues. But yeah, Steve, what'd you think of this film?
So spoiler free, lately I've been approaching everything with zero spoilers. Like,
yeah,
I haven't even seen the trailers for Black Panther.
Good on you.
You know, so I mean, I just stay away.
If you see anything like a glimpse, you just
if I see anything a glimpse, I turn it off. I scroll away.
Yeah,
I just get out of it because I don't want to know. And I don't want any preconceived notions because and that's me referencing Grumpy Steve.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to go into anything with any sort of
James Cameron appreciates this.
Yeah,
Except
you know,
saw the trailer, so
I did see. Well, it's because they played it before Black Panther.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
you know, so I had no choice.
You're like,
but
tell me when it's over.
I know, right? Please, God, Avatar trailer. I'm getting out of here. I'll pick you guys up after the movie. But no, yeah. So you know, I went into it absolutely 100% blind, and
incredible. How could you not, man?
And I was blown away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, spoiler free, blown away. Grumpy old man.
Sweet.
There you go.
Sweet. Great. Anything that surprised you?
Yes.
Do you want to get into spoilers?
Yeah, let's just hit into them.
Do it.
Spoilers 3, 2, 1 now.
Action.
So, I actually did a yes when no one else did.
Oh, no. Awkward. Like,
it was awkward. I didn't care because, again, I'm going to be dead soon. So, I mean, there's no reason for me to care. Yeah, I don't, you know, what are you going to do? Kill me?
I'm anxious. I wonder if I felt the same.
Right, you know, but no. So, Riri Williams.
Okay, yep.
So, I'm a huge fan of this character.
Okay, cool.
Had no idea she was going to be in the movie.
Oh, of course, yeah. You haven't...
None.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
And so, when they referenced this student at MIT... And was it MIT or was it Yale or somewhere?
I think it was Chicago University or something.
Maybe it was one of those. But
MIT's
anyway, yeah, she was.
In the comics, is MIT.
She's a
right?
smart kid, right? Obviously, but when they reference her and then they kind of show her before you see her name, and I'm like, that's Ironheart. That's got to be Ironheart, you know. And so then they say it, and I was just like, yeah. And even Trell, he kind of looks at me, and I'm like, sorry.
He's like, who's Ironheart?
I give the money here, so you know, just settle down. But no, it was yeah. So you know, her inclusion in that movie just made it so cool to me because I read her comic series, and I was just floored by it. It was awesome, great character. It was hilarious. It was serious. It was just everything a comic book series should be. And so to see her in the movie was great, and. You know, that inclusion was cool. the opening, just the very opening Marvel logo.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah. That was like the Stan Lee
Just
tribute.
stops you.
Yeah.
It was all Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just like, oh God, it's gonna be one of these movies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to fight back the tears here.
Yeah.
Because I haven't cried since '97, and I certainly can't do
Godzilla?
it. And no, my daughter was born.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. You should say that.
And I
yes.
get him. That was a good answer, right? Godzilla was so
The
bad.
shitty one, you know. Yeah. Quickly, how long into that movie did you know? Oh shit, it's not good.
About 73 seconds,
Just the
approximately.
Matthew Broderick off.
Yeah, here we go. Ferris fucking Bueller, and you know, but so you know. I know they had to reshuffle, obviously, the plans for this movie as a result of what happened with Boseman. And so, you know, while I hadn't seen trailers and I hadn't heard anything, you know, my only concern going in was, is this going to be disjointed at all because of everything? Yeah. Is it going to feel like they had to reshuffle quickly?
Yeah.
You know, what's that final product going to look like? Yeah. And it addressed everything legitimately perfectly.
Good.
You know, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
They, especially when it came to him, you know, and how Shuri kind of approached that, you know, I mean, with her own skepticism and, you know, the Black Panther mantle is done and, and the whole thing and what it took to get her into that piece. And the only thing I knew about the movie was that she would be the Black Panther.
Right.
You know, and
talk about pressure. She's just like a side character in the first one, and she has to like
now she's carrying
so much death in this film to him and to her mom,
the queen.
Jesus, that was oh my God, that was like when that happened, I was like, this almost feels like too much. Like this is too much. Like
it's a lot.
Why?
And it was a Marvel film.
I know. Well, it's because they respect Coogler and they let him do what he wanted to do, but it worked out in this case.
It was phenomenal. There wasn't a punchline every 38 seconds.
No,
you know, it was just, this is a very, very phenomenally well done movie, you know, and being a big Fantastic Four fan, you know, I've had a lot of exposure to Namor, you know, in the comics and that
familiar
sort of
at all with him.
So to see him in it and everything was just, oh, I love that, you know. And
did you dig the wings?
I love the wings. He has them in the comics.
They went for it, right?
They went for it, man. I didn't think they would.
Yeah.
Or if they did, they wouldn't be as kind of out there as they were. Him losing one looked like it hurt.
It hurt me. He got cut.
But
like the scene in Last Stand when he's cutting the wings off.
Oh like, God, yeah. But you know, the underwater scenes, the
humpback whales,
that whole thing was just phenomenal.
Yeah. Beautiful. World building. They were savages.
Loved every second.
Nobody was like, they all lived when they were singing those songs.
Yeah.
I'm like, are they going to snap out of it? No, they probably just sunk to the bottom and drowned.
Yeah, sunk to the bottom and drowned. They were done.
That was so haunting. You just stand up, walk.
How scary is that?
Yeah.
You know, it was just
that whole tanker where they were on, that whole scene was scary.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't feel, they were not safe. Like, and they even had she's kind of a well-known actress. She was the agent who arrived. I don't know if she died. The helicopter went down.
Right.
But I guess she was an agent that's referred in the comics possibly. And just because of her presence in the community, I thought she would live for sure. But
yeah, I think it was a little vague.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Maybe intentional. Yeah. Like, even the underwater divers, the divers.
Yeah.
Because they had the suits.
Yeah.
So they look clean.
Yeah.
No blood in them. But yeah, they were merciful. I mean, it wasn't like, well, I was going to say Aquaman's people, but I guess they would kill people too.
Yeah, but this was just another level of holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When they went down there and then they lost the light. And I'm like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen because they were walking right towards the vibranium detector.
And whatever. You knew when they went and rescued Shuri from that, it was on. And boy, was it on.
That was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That submarine thing the Wakandas have was so cool. The tech.
Yeah.
Everything was just up to notch, and I really wanted. It's so much to take in the first time,
and it didn't feel as long as the runtime was.
No.
You look at the runtime on paper and you're like, oh, God, I can't pee for that long.
No, I mean, yeah.
And it was just great.
Yeah. Angela Bassett dedeserves a nomination for sure. Not saying a win compared to or be honest, we're going towards artsy fartsy.
Right.
But man, her performance was incredible. And it was heartbreaking when she, fired a Coulier. Is that how you say her name? The main
Okoye.
Okoye. That will, I will say this. I'm not familiar with Riri Williams too much. I get she's kind of like the new Iron Man sort of. And in the comics, I think she idolizes Tony Stark. Maybe she does here. They didn't explore that. But I felt sometimes she came off as an asshole. Is that her character?
Yeah, she's pretty spunky.
Okay, so
so for me, I mean, knowing the character, right?
There was a little dislike towards the character, but I wasn't familiar with the comics, so I was allowing that to be a possibility. I didn't like how she put down some of these badass people we've come to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the genius was kind of she took her 2 weeks to build that deep diving thing. I was kind of like, really? 2 weeks out of scraps? When the CIA give you some money? I don't know. I'm nitpicking, but you know what I mean? It's like Tony Stark was a genius, but I don't know. It felt kind of magical with her, but maybe she's just on another level and I just need to cut her some slack. I don't know the character, but I do obviously dig another Iron Man person coming into play.
And I can see that, from someone who didn't have exposure to the character.
Right.
I totally get where you're coming from.
I don't have hatred towards the character. I know a lot, some do, but
just, having read her comic and stuff, for me, it was all like, oh yeah, that's just another day in her life. Right. I think you're right for other people. Cause like I said, I was going like this and no one else knew who she was.
You're right. The Midnight Angels suit, I didn't know was part of the comics. Did you know that? Okay. Yeah. I thought at first, that looks ridiculous. Yeah. And I guess it's actually close to the original artwork. So,
okay.
Again, I will forgive that because I think that's pretty badass. They didn't just try to do a whole new design. It does look like Abe Sapien sort of from Hellboy. Right.
It does. Exactly.
But it's jarring, but it's pretty cool. And I dug that. Riri, there was parts I really did enjoy. Just some nitpicking parts, but obviously I didn't know much about the character. Killmonger making an appearance, that was shocking.
Man, how cool was that?
I felt like she did.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did I see him? She didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing, but anyway.
She was close to saying that.
But I'm like, and you thought, oh, this dude, he's got to be chill in the afterlife. No, he's more of a dick than ever.
Oh, he's grade A asshole.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, why did no one else show up? Why is this douchebag in here? They got the herb back, which made sense how Chadwick's character died, and also made sense in Endgame, because that was one of the questions I had, who's Black Panther while you had the snap?
Right.
You didn't have a Black Panther because there was no herb to enjoy to give you power. But God, I think Angela Bassett could have been a Black Panther. That would have been badass.
Oh, totally.
She's ripped. I mean, she's got the muscles and shit, and I love her hats.
There's Ironheart's costume now.
Oh, wow. It's evolved.
It's evolved. I mean, that's her own.
And she has a Disney Plus series coming, and I just read that Shuri will be in it. So
really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't know how big of a part, but...
Well, even a little tiny part.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah. Namor was great.
I was, he's historically been really tied to the hip of the Fantastic Four, so I'm hoping that we can see that in the future maybe at some point.
Right. Was there any Fantastic Four Easter eggs you saw? Any Easter eggs at all? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if there was, sometimes people overanalyze things. You're like, oh my God, really? I missed that.
Well, and that's the next piece is I'm going to walk through the IMDb trivia page and stuff. And, because I haven't done that yet either, which I normally do, as soon as I get home.
Right.
But I had to work the next day and it was a long night. And, so I'm excited for that. But
sure.
It was honestly just an unbelievable experience. That was a great movie.
It was, and Julia Lee-Dreyfus' character, Valentina, I thought she was going to be the Nick Fury of the Thunderbolts, and I think she's still maybe going to be, but she's head of a CIA now, is that right?
She's very innocuous, and, is she good, is she bad? I think she's both,
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of the Amanda Waller with the Suicide Squad, she's...
Would you say Fury's kind of the same way? Or more good, probably.
I think he comes off as more good.
Right, yeah.
And in the comics, he is really both. So
yeah, because Romanoff was supposed to be taken out, right?
Yeah.
And Hawkeye's the one that saved her. So I think Fury would have been like, kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ross didn't have much to do, but I guess he's only going to be in Wakanda now.
Right.
But yeah, she is something, that's for sure. Definitely learned a lot more about her character, but
yeah.
I'm just trying to think anything else I missed here, but yeah, very powerful and a lot of tradition breaking because Shuri's they're not having the battle anymore, but amongst the tribes for the Black Panther because she just became the Black Panther.
Yep.
Yeah, that battle was badass. It was all great, and then of course the cherry on top, something I was hoping for, but thought wasn't happening midway through or whenever. But yeah, T'Challa has a son.
Yeah.
That was cool. And man, perfect casting. I almost like looked closer, like, is this CGI?
Uh-huh.
You know? That's pretty fucking cool. I mean, obviously this kid's not gonna be Black Panther yet. So
right.
we gotta wait.
So Okoye?
Yeah.
Like where she went to college.
Oh wow, yep. I knew she had Flicks, our local theater, has her up. A Walking Dead photo. They've got to have a Black Panther one now. I'm sure.
I used to work with her sister.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Wow. She's a great actress.
She's amazing. Her presence, her she's so stoic.
Yeah.
You know, and she just has that very strong presence, and you know, she's insanely believable. You know?
She's on the verge of breaking.
Oh man!
Like when the Queen's like dismisses her, and like she's just.
It was amazing.
I felt for her in that scene. I was like,
performances
brutal.
from everyone.
Yeah,
you know, in this movie were
she's gonna be killed by what's the underwater people? Forgive me.
The
Norse tribe.
Right, and I can't remember the name of like their underwater city anymore. It starts with a T.
Yeah.
Because they changed it for the movie,
right?
Because it was Atlantis then, right? You know, for the comics and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't remember, but I thought she was going to bite it, but loved her new outfit, loved the whole thing. You know, I mean that, you know, it was just great.
Yeah. And yeah, again, they have like they call the style of Black Panther Afro futuristic or something like that. Yeah, it's like a new term now. It's like an art form basically. Like they take the artistry of the African clothing and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like amped. I forgot. Forgive me. I don't know what it's called off the bat, but
that was amazing.
Yeah, but they've done the same for Namor and his people, like Mexican, heritage and
the Aztec thing or whatever it was. Yeah, the Mayan. I can't remember which, but it was very, very, very cool.
That's really unique to do that, to pull that off, and they did their homework. Because I didn't even know about the Midnight Angels. I saw those costumes. I was like,
yeah.
But now I'm okay with it because it's from the comics. It wasn't like total made up BS, current day BS. But yeah, man, I want to see it again, and
I do too. And that's another piece of physical media I'm going to buy.
Yes, for sure. Like
I said, I don't buy all the Marvel movies or anything like that, or even all the DC movies. But that's one that's on the list.
Yeah, absolutely. I will also recommend Christmas Story. Christmas.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I'm not going to give anything away. Don't worry. Ralphie dies, but no.
He goes on a killing spree and then kills himself.
Right. Yes. Yeah. It's a really great Christmas movie.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Real family.
Watch it by yourself. Yep. It's great. Yeah. So Ralphie's all grown up, as we know from have you seen the trailer?
I have seen the trailer. Yeah.
Okay. Peter Billingsley is back and with the original cast mostly, except for the mom and old man, because
mom retired, old man's dead.
Yes, exactly. He returns home, meets up with some familiar faces. Like all this is in the trailer, pretty much. This is actually the third sequel with a Christmas theme.
Yeah,
but they're not counting the other ones,
right?
Because you had a Christmas Story 2.
Yeah.
Which it's all on HBO Max. So if you want to waste time, go for it. But yeah, did you know this was like an overall 5-picture series?
I did not.
It was all based off the book too. In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash by Gene Shepard, who narrated at least 2 films. But yeah, they had other adventures basically, and
I'll tell you, man, Christmas Story is if I don't see it at least 3 times during the holidays.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Well, and growing up, I never did see the whole film, but I just wasn't really attracted to it. Christmas Vacation's always been my favorite, but over time, I've gotten more and more, into watching it, and it's now one of my favorites, I would say, for the holiday season. And yeah, I think this new sequel kind of joins the ranks of that film.
Good.
It's not as good, or
but that's lightning in a bottle,
right? Of course, and I didn't expect it. It's not as good, or it's just it's not better than the original, not as good. But that's a tall order.
It's a tall order.
Yeah, but it's very charming, and it's not beat for beat sequel.
Yeah,
obviously there's some familiar things, but it's not like overdoing it,
Yeah, but it's gonna be good.
But I will say what bugs me. It's not really a spoiler, but it's like every time you go back to the past, you can even say it's about the new Ghostbusters film. Like in this movie, especially, everyone's memories about the past seem to only have taken place during that original film.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they never really expressed new memories that we didn't get to see. So that's just kind of a nitpick, but I get it.
Yeah. Because those were on film.
Right. But it was fun. I did enjoy the film. I actually seen it twice. So
nice.
Go see it. Yeah.
I can't wait.
HBO Max.
I've been looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad it turned out the way it did. And I think there's a lot of love behind the creators of it. And Vince Vaughn helped produce it. So.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, him and Peter Billingsley are friends, and they've done other projects together.
Wow.
So Peter Billingsley is no stranger to Marvel either. He was the bald dude in Iron Man 1 and Spider-Man Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, maybe he'll return sooner or later.
Maybe.
But he actually shaved his head for Jeff Bridges for that
Did
first
he?
Iron Man. Yeah. Pulled off pretty nicely.
That's funny.
But any recommendations before we go? Reviews on anything?
I wish I was watching more. I mean, we're just kind of catching up on. I haven't even finished Cobra Kai yet. I've only got like 3 episodes.
I just
left.
picked that up finally, the 5th season, and you're on 5th too, right?
I'm on the 5th, and we have I think 2 or 3 episodes left.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm almost there.
Yeah, so we're getting there. We Arrested Development's it's older, obviously, but
seen bits and pieces. I need to pick that show up, and
I will tell you,
it's good.
Jason Bateman can do no wrong.
That's pretty much what got him back, I think.
Yeah. And,
his attention, yeah.
I told Jennifer, I said, I just want to watch Ozark again, And
I haven't seen that. I got to see it. I haven't seen Yellowstone. I've seen the prequel to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Careful my mahogany tape.
Got it, yeah. I can't lift this. So
Rubbermaid makes wood. No.
Ozark.
Yes.
Stop what you're doing.
I know. Well, I'm waiting. My wife and I want to start a podcast. What we're watching, we're calling it, and we're just trying to find.
Put it on your list.
I know. We just need to do it.
Yeah.
Should be a good bond experience.
Yeah.
So
otherwise, no. I've just been working a lot of hours. So
well, hey.
My recommendation is don't work so hard.
Yes. There you go. Enjoy life. Hey, you at least got to see a movie, right?
Got to see a movie, and I saw. So yeah, I took Claire Terrell and one of Claire's friends from school. To see Black Panther.
Yeah.
Black Panther. And
IMAX?
Then, no, we went to the XD one.
No, I'm kidding. At
Palms.
Yeah, I've never been in that theater. Is that pretty nice?
It's just as good
Just
as
across the way,
IMAX,
right?
Yeah. It's in theater 2 there, and but then with that same group, I took them to see Smile a couple weeks earlier.
Oh, that good?
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. That's Kevin Bacon's daughter.
I do.
Maine.
Yeah. They
Kira Sedgwick, yeah.
I'm just,
good for her.
I'm not a huge fan of horror and that sort of thing because it's generally just so screwed up. Like it's at some point, like Hereditary,
Yeah.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
There's just a couple little nitpicks, but the Smile was great. That was creepy. AF.
I showed my daughter the trailer.
Yeah.
There's really not a lot of gore. Well,
No.
Sort of, but not really. No. The head at the end. That was
Whoopsie.
I want to see it. I think that's coming out very soon on physical media.
Well, yeah, if you get time kidless, definitely see it.
Yes.
It was a good one.
My wife won't touch it, but
no?
I take the risk. I'll see them. I'm not a huge I want to be a huge fan, but I'm a chicken shit.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it like this. Like, here's Scream. Okay, we're good. Yep. cool.
And I can't remember the title of something we watched on Netflix, so I'll save it for the next show. But
Sweet.
had Toni Collette in it, who was also in Hereditary.
She's always great.
She's always great.
Yeah.
She is legitimately my favorite actress that has ever walked planet Earth.
Yes.
You know, my very, very favorite.
She's been Sixth Sense, first time I ever saw her.
Anything she's in.
Yeah.
She could read the phone book, and I would be sitting there watching it.
Did you see
for
Staircase,
hours.
HBO at all? Have you ever seen the Staircase documentary based off of real life murder? Okay. Dude's last name is Peterson, not related. I swear.
Sure.
Yes, but that's a documentary on Netflix. HBO did a series, and she's the wife in it. So definitely check that out.
She is
Her and Colin Firth.
Real. I'm going to find what that show
I haven't
was.
I haven't seen the HBO yet. I need to, but I haven't. So
yeah, she
Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Great actress, and she's been nominated, right?
Yeah,
had to be.
I would hope so.
Not a winner though yet, obviously to us, but
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
is the show.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
And unbelievable, right?
It was also unbelievable.
I think I did hear about that.
Yeah, so this one is pretty heavy content wise. You know, this is where a teenager, just a synopsis, was raped. People thought she was lying about it. It turned out that to be a serial rapist, and it got connected back to her eventually. Wow. So she kind of had a little bit of redemption there, but at the same time, it was just heavy commentary.
Right.
And Toni Collette was just a master.
Oh, wow.
There's nothing she does not do perfectly.
No.
So unbelievable. And it was on Netflix.
Great.
If you get a chance, it's just a 1-season thing.
I think that's the best.
One and done. Yeah. And I want to say 8 episodes.
Okay.
I don't think it was 10. I think it was just 8, but unreal. It was unbelievable.
I imagine. Yeah. I got to see that. Did you ever see Mayor of Easttown?
Yes.
That was great too.
Yeah.
And they should stop.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will, but
I don't know if they will either, but it's been
Kate
long
Winslet.
enough time.
Kate
I feel
Winslet
like
and
they
her
will
are-
stop.
God, they're good.
Yeah. They're
Kate
just
Winslet's
phenomenal.
Always awesome.
Yeah.
Holy
just good.
shit. Great
Anyway,
content. Go watch it
that's
in your
mine,
Christmas or your Thanksgiving break. Forgive me.
Right.
There's so much content out there right now.
There's
There's
too
a lot
much.
of Christmas content. Yeah, there is too much. But
My watch list on every platform is 6 miles long.
I don't have time. I don't know how
I would be 178 years
Yeah.
old before it was all done.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and that's without adding anything new.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's me too.
No
I gotta
way.
watch everywhere. Yeah, for sure. But plugs, Steve's comic blog. I got a new one coming.
.com.
.com. Yes, new one coming on that very soon. Look forward to it. Any hints? What it could
this is gonna, and I'll talk about it on the show, but it's
Sure.
the Ghost Rider.
be? Oh
from
yeah,
the
of course.
70s.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun writing that one. I'm not all done yet, but the pictures I'm putting with the blog,
Oh, sweet.
it's and if I'm the only person entertained on the planet by it, I don't care, because it just made me laugh.
You should act out some of those blogs on the show. I'm serious.
I'm telling you, man, the that 1970s issue 1 of Ghost Rider is just
Was it worse than the Nick Cage films? I mean, you had Peter Fonda as the devil in the first one.
it sure was.
What? Really?
You know, and it was
Yeah.
just a couple
Product of its time.
It was a product of its time.
Mostly geared towards kids, right? Not
Mostly, I hope not.
okay. Oh, really?
But yeah, I mean, so, you know, and it was just a few panels,
Yeah.
but it's like, oh wow, they're really building up some drama here. Oh, so that's what we're doing? Or what? So anyway, we'll reveal
It's a
that.
skate off.
We'll reveal what
Okay.
that is.
Yes.
On another episode.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Nexus 6. Check them out. They're a local marketing agency here in Des Moines. Also, they extend outside of the state. So check them out. They think outside the box. And definitely give them a look. Billy Creston Gaming. We need to cross over that sometime soon. I think he needs a new intro.
He is the man.
You could say formerly 515 Gaming. just a long ass title maybe, but yeah, a lot of great content he's doing, of course, as always. And Toys for All Ages, that's Jonah's channel. He does it with his kid, unboxing a lot of toys. He's behind on some videos, but more to come. He spends money you probably don't have, so that's good, right? And you get to see if it's worth it. So and he has a nice bonding experience with his kids.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool.
Very cool. And of course, check Field of Geeks out everywhere you download, stream podcasts, and of course YouTube. You know, we're video now, so
sorry,
lucky you. No, of course, no. This is a meal, right? Take it in. Yes, I'm trying to channel Ron Burgundy, but it didn't work.
I wonder if the streamer formerly known but no longer known in this moniker of 515 Gaming, and I could just go on for a day and make it really terrible.
515 Gaming.
He'll be halfway through it, and we'll just be like,
that'd be the whole video.
I'm done with Steve. He's out.
There we go. Or just keep saying 515 Gaming. No, it's not that anymore, Steve.
What? 51? No. Okay.
Billy Creston, 515 Gaming.
Billy Creston.
God damn it.
Creston Gaming.
Creston Gaming. Yeah, you just keep doing outtake after outtake.
Yeah.
I just can't get it. We'll splice it. Also, special thanks to Raven and Xavier for the incredible music our show has. And
very, very cool.
Definitely need to get him on here. I need to figure out the tech behind that. Maybe Chase can help us with that. He's
the smart one.
Yes. I'm very amateur, but I'm learning, but at a slow pace, like a snail's pace. But yeah. Till next time, have a great Thanksgiving or holiday, or, you know, hopefully have a nice feast with everyone you love and care for. And we'll be back. I'm Josh.
I'm Steve.
Take care.